friends. This is Tom. This is my channel, Tom's Mons. Talk a lot about monsters, Pokemonsters being part of them. So today, what's the video about? Well, I want to talk about the ultimate way to catch a Pokemon ever. In other words, what is the best catching mechanic in any Pokemon game? Or maybe we'll be getting the best Pokemon catching mechanic ever in Pokemon Sword and Shield. What does that mean? What does that even mean? What do you mean the best Pokemon catching feature ever? Well, friends, let's talk about it. Now, honestly, we've seen a lot of Pokemon Sword and Shield footage, which is dope. I love it. You probably love it too, which is why you're here. But we haven't seen one crucial element. We have never seen anyone catch a Pokemon besides the Dynamax thing. We saw them throw the giant Premier Ball. Yeah, we're not talking about that. We're talking about regular wild battles. We know we encounter Pokemon and we do battle them. We've seen a wild Pokemon encounter, but we haven't seen a trainer actually throw a Pokeball to catch and attempt to catch a Pokemon in Pokemon Sword and Shield. So maybe...
Okay, scratch that. Hold on. Literally, as I'm making this video, I went through the footage and there it is. A trainer throwing a Pokeball and catching a Pokemon. So I'm basically debunked, but it doesn't mean that it can't happen in the future.
Maybe it's different. That would be cool. But how would it be different? Well, let's just imagine they merged two ideas together. The way you catch a Pokemon in the main series, and then the way you catch a Pokemon in Go. I imagine that they could fuse the two even more seamlessly. Let's say you encounter a wild Pokemon, and just like normal, you wear its health, you wear it down to a very small sliver, and then maybe status condition it, like Thunder Wave it. Okay, so then once you're at that point, you go to the items, and you actually select a Pokeball. And once you do that, the whole entire thing changes. It changes from being a wild Pokebattle, now all of a sudden it's centered on you just catching this Pokemon. So they've seamlessly connected wild Pokebattles and the catching mechanic from Let's Go. I think it could work. I think it could work really well. And it would be so much more immersive. You would still wild battle Pokemon and wear them down, but then you would enter a different animation for catching these Pokemon. And what does that mean? Well, that means you don't have to use berries to catch Pokemon. As well as they did it in Pokemon Let's Go, let's be honest, it's not the most immersive, nor interactive, nor fun way that we've ever caught Pokemon before. Yeah, they jump around and that's like kind of cool, but why not put something else on top of that? Why not also include, sorry, my neighbors. Why not also include a way for, instead of just feeding them berries, you can make that circle around the Pokemon that you have to get the Pokeball in to catch them easier, to get like the nice, the good, or the nice, the great, and the excellent rating. How about, instead of berries decreasing that difficulty circle, how about battling the Pokemon decreases that circle, that difficulty circle? So let's say you just want to throw a Pokeball right away. So you enter a battle with a Pokemon and you enter the Pokeball animation for catching a Pokemon, and then instantly it's like a dark red circle. And then you go back and you're like, no, that's too hard. I want a better chance, a better, probability of catching this Pokemon. So you battle it, and then you status condition it. And then once you do that, the circle becomes yellow. Or if you get it down to a sliver, it might become like green even, depending on how difficult the Pokemon is to catch. Obviously, different Pokemon have different catch rates. So it wouldn't always go down to green, but it would depending on how easy it is. Let Game Freak figure it out. I'm just the idea guy, okay? I'm just saying. So ultimately, I'm just saying there's like this possibility that they could merge the two. I'm filming this video the day before Nintendo's Direct. So who knows? Anything could happen, really, at this point. They could show us Wild Battle Pokemon. I mean, they're going to have a demo there, so we're going to find out. But they could show us battles in the wild, and it could not be there. It could just be regular Pokemon, where you battle the Pokemon down, get it to a sliver of its health, and then just throw the Pokeball by pressing A. But I think if they added that one little feature where the camera shifted a little bit and it allowed you to use the motion control and not necessarily have to use motion controls for the Joy-Con, but I mean, even for the Pro Controller, you don't have to throw the Pro Controller. You can just press A. It's just like using handheld in Let's Go. When you're moving the whole system, you're changing the angle at which you're throwing the ball, and then you just press A. There's no reason why you can't pick up a Pro Controller and move the Pro Controller and move the camera simultaneously. There's no reason. I mean, you do it in Splatoon, so why couldn't we do it in Pokemon just to throw the Pokeball? I think that would be the ultimate way to catch a Pokemon. It would combine the two best ways of catching the two only ways of catching Pokemon that we've ever known, but combine them seamlessly into one element. That on top of the fact that there's overworld Pokemon and what looks like a completely open world. Not completely. Well, there's certain areas that are open world and certain areas that aren't in the wild area, but whatever. That's not what this video is about. Still, that could be the perfect way to catch Pokemon, and I think that would be awesome. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think that would even work? Would you like that sort of catching mechanic? Who knows? Could be fun. And honestly, there's a lot of great changes coming for Pokemon Sword and Shield, so if that was one of them, I would gladly welcome it. Let me know what you guys think. Anyway, I'm Tom. This is Tom's Mods. Thanks so much for watching. And who knows, we might even have the answer tomorrow. Bye, guys.